keynote speaker, who is Dr. Tiffany Harris, a devoted wife and mother who wears many hats. She's not just an in-demand, international, award-winning inspirational speaker. She's also a coach, a mindset coach, a mentor, and a three-time author. She has a growing consulting company called Shift Your Mindset and Dream Big, LLC. That sounds good, doesn't it? With 2 prestigious Changemaker of the Year awards under her belt, she's also a Business Grammy nominee, a Faith Made Millionaire nominee, and an alum of the Ignite Speakers program developed by the one and only Lisa Nichols. Beyond those titles, Dr. Harris is the visionary behind Win Women Empower, a global women's membership community. Her mission is to empower individuals worldwide to transform their mindset, allowing them to reach new heights in all aspects of their lives, mentally, physically, spiritually, and financially. At the core of Dr. Harris's philosophy lies the belief that shifting your mindset can also alter the course of your life. Get ready to soar, scale, and succeed with Dr. Harris leading the way.
Good, everything went well. She spoke well, with intelligence, courage, and she really gave a positive message to all the 8th graders that's about to go to high school now. So they should take that into keep a mental note of that. When they return to school, they'll be fine.
It was a really good and powerful message. Everybody really thought that it was good. I was looking around the room to see how everybody's reaction was, and they had very a strong emotional agreement into the speech. And even my ELA teacher, she was taken aback and she loved it, and I know Miss Newkirk loved it. She doing amazing actually, and the speech was top 10 out of 10.
Dr. Harris's speech was so wonderful. It was so inspirational. I think the children are going to really listen to what she had to say and keep it in their minds while they're going through high school. I know my granddaughter will keep it in mind, and I really was inspired listening to her.
Nice person. She really inspired me, and when she gave us these wristbands, these was thorough, and her favorite, not her favorite color, but she wear a lot of red. Yeah, I like red.
I feel like she was very genuine and very, still where I'm looking for, very inspiring. And when she talked about her past, it inspired me to do better. And that's what I just loved about the whole speech and when she brought.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Morning Tea with Dr. T. I am so glad that you are here. Listen, it is early in the morning and you have decided to show up. And I love what V. Bolton said, who's out there in Alabama. She said, who needs sleep when Dr. T is live? I love, love, love that. And so thank you all. For some of you, like me, it is 7:02 a.m. For some of you, it is 6:02 a.m. Some of you, it is 12:02 a.m. And then for others, it's already in the afternoon, because we are in different parts of the world. And I cannot be more grateful for all of you. So some of you are here from Hawaii. We've had Liberia here. We've had Jamaica, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, California, Texas, Mississippi, Michigan, Maryland, Virginia, and wherever you are from, put it in the chat. We've had Colorado, my goodness, Tennessee, Alabama. So wherever you are tuning in, Cuba, wherever you are tuning in from, please go ahead and put it in the chat. And then also, I want you to go ahead and make sure that you are tagging all the women who need to be here. Tag them, share this live with them. And listen, some of y'all, I need y'all to go ahead and call them, right? Call them up and say, listen, you need to be here. Dr. T is live and you do not want to miss it. So make sure you're calling them, because if you like me, you don't hear those text messages all the time. And so you go ahead and they will appreciate you. They're going to thank you later. They're going to say, woo, girl, I'm so glad you called me because I didn't even hear that text. Or listen, thank you, right? So go ahead and do them the biggest favor on today and tag them, all right? And don't just tag one person, tag a whole bunch of women, the whole community, the whole congregation of women in the church, so they can get up in here and they can sip on this faith-fueled flavor type of tea. And some of you may be saying, well, Dr. Harris, what are you talking about? A faith-fueled flavor type of tea? because that is the type of tea and the only type of tea that I serve over here. Look, and I see our guest Ada behind the scenes. And as I said, I see her with her mug and she took a sip. I can see her. And so don't worry, y'all. She's coming up soon. She's coming up real soon. And so this is you will win no matter what type of tea. This is a shift your mindset and dream big type of tea. And this is you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you type of tea. And so in case you did not know what type of tea that I serve, now you know. And I'm so glad that you're here. And so make sure you continue to tag, make sure you continue to share, and you are all in store for, get ready for a special episode today. Today is episode 39. And while we have a special guest, our topic is also how your pain was never meant to break you. It was meant to build you. So you are in the right place. And I have the right guest today to tap into that. And so y'all get ready. Y'all get ready. And welcome in again for those of you who are just now coming in. Welcome to Morning Tea with Dr. T. This is where mindset, leadership, and purpose meet. I'm your host, Dr. Tiffany R. Harris, the mindset architect for limitless success. Right. And so what I need you to do, if you don't have it already, the anointed one, V Bolton, God Powerhouse, Desi B, Jessica, Jasmine, I need y'all to go ahead and grab your tea, grab your coffee. Some of you may need your water. I have my water, but in my coffee mug. So if you need your water, grab your smoothie, grab your energy drink. And while you're doing that, I want you to stop by your table, by your desk, and I want you to grab your pen and your notebook. Or you may need your iPad, but get something so that you can get ready to take copious notes. Because just for a couple minutes, I'm going to be pouring a little bit of mindset into your morning. And if that's all right, I want you to type, "That's all right," in the comments. And I see Desi B, shout out to her on TT. She is my moderator over there. She's keeping the chat going and flowing. And I see that she's telling y'all to grab your drink, grab your pen and your notepad. Thank you so much, Desi B. And I want to shout out my executive assistant, Francis, who is from Liberia. He's holding down the FB side. And so thank you for doing what you do over there, Francis. All right. So there will be a replay of this episode. All the replays will be on my YT channel, which is the same as my IG name and my TT name, which is Mindset Shift with Tiff. So if you've missed any of the episodes, you can go back to YT and you can watch them. All right. And I had somebody reach out to me last night and she said, I missed the last couple of days, but I've been able to go back to YT and I've been able to catch up on those episodes. And she said, everything that you said have been right on time, right in alignment. She left a beautiful message and left the tear emoji. And I'm like, wow, God, like this is confirmation that I'm walking in obedience. And on the other side of the obedience is somebody's breakthrough, right? And let's just get started with that. Put that down. On the other side of my obedience, make it personal. On the other side of my obedience is somebody's breakthrough, right? And so thank you for going back and watching the replay. And if you are here live, I want you to type a good morning in the comments. I want to see all of your good mornings. Now, listen, I can see the TT comments, but FB, IG, and YT, I will come back and I will review your comments. I will respond to your comments. And you see that I always do that. So don't worry. I got you. Okay. All right. So listen, let's get into it. So over the past few episodes, we've been talking about release, surrendering, alignment, right? Being called higher. But today we're going to shift, right? We're shifting from process to proof, right? Write that down. From process to proof, we're shifting. Because today you're not just hearing teaching, you're hearing transformation. And I'm so honored to hear, and I see you got Powerhouse. She said, on the other side of my obedience is somebody's breakthrough. I see you, V Bolton. On the other side of my obedience is someone's breakthrough. And so I'm honored to introduce our special guest. Her name is Ada, and I don't want to mess up her last name like I did yesterday. So I'm going to let her tell you the correct pronunciation of her last name. So she is a transformational grief coach. She's an author. She's a speaker. Hold on, let me go back. Not only is she an author, she is a best-selling author, because she is one of the, and not just because, she is also one of the co-authors in our bestseller anthology, We Don't Look Like What We've Been Through, Series 2. She is an NLP practitioner. She's going to tell you what that means and what that's all about. And she is also one of the beautiful, brilliant, and bold women who is featured in the first ever, y'all hear what I'm saying? The first ever, listen, she was part of history, the first ever When Women Empower magazine, and that was the Bold Moves issue. And so, y'all, let me tell you, she is truly, truly, truly a woman. She's over in Puerto Rico and she embodies, do you hear what I'm saying? Being bold, fearless, and a powerhouse. So, everybody, put some hearts in the chat and help me welcome to the stage Miss Ada, all the way from Puerto Rico. Hi, Ada.
Hey,
Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Good.
Thank you for the invite.
No, you're
And
so
thank you.
welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And so listen, I want to jump right in and I want to get started because you have done some amazing and phenomenal work. And I want the audience to hear all about it, Ada. So we are streaming on 4 different platforms. So the world is watching, they're listening. Now, first and foremost, tell me how to pronounce your last name.
It's very simple. Malave.
I thought it was, but I said I dare not come up here and try it and mess it up. I was sounding it out. I said, my life. I got this. And then mid sentence, I'm like, nope, I'm gonna let her say it. But thank you so much for that. And so you do so many amazing things. So tell us, who is Ada Malave? So tell us about your journey and how your journey led you to becoming a transformational grief coach.
Thank you, Dr. Tiffany.
You're welcome.
As you mentioned, I am a transformational grief coach, speaker, and author. I am also certified as a master NLP practitioner, and I just completed being certified as a coach supervisor. And all on that note, I'm also very mindful of our own growth, mindfulness, and I'm a yoga instructor. And at some point in my life, I became an ordained minister to marry my niece, and so I also still carry that certification here in Puerto Rico. And I married someone else, so I've married two already. So
Wow.
I'm very excited about that. And I'm a grandma. I'm a mom of two, grandma of three, and I am very aware of people going through grief, and that process. My own losses brought me to this particular niche in coaching.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love that. And it's so interesting how, things happen and lead us to the place where we are in our life and in that coaching
yeah,
or, or,
yeah.
or our assignment. And I never knew that you were a minister and you were ordained to marry people. See, you learn something new about people every day. Oh, I love that. I love it. And so, like you said, so you're known for helping people navigate grief and transformation. So, what
Mhm.
does grief look like beyond loss, and how can it impact someone's purpose?
Okay, grief is not only about losing a loved one, it's about losing the life you imagined, the version of yourself that you once knew,
Mm-hmm.
the dreams that you didn't get to do or you hope to do. Some grief doesn't come with condolences, it comes with silence.
Mm,
We can also lose our pets, we can lose our health. A lot of us grieve that part that we aren't able to do a lot of things like we used to.
mm-hmm.
And we have to find different ways of how to live our lives now.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and the kind of grief that deserves to be seen is another thing that a lot of people don't understand. Sometimes we just forget who we are. We forget totally who we are because we're too busy trying to juggle everyone else's lives and we forget about ourselves. And that's where the empty nester syndrome usually comes in, where our home is empty now. And
Mm-hmm.
okay, so who am I? What do I do now? And that's a particular grief that a lot of us women don't realize that we're going through.
Yeah. That is powerful, Ada. And I'm glad that you said that because I know that a lot of women, they can relate. And I tell people when you hear something that you can relate to, I tell them to say Yana, which means you are not alone. I tell them that all the time. And one of the things that I'm doing here is, just in case you're wondering, so I don't know what happened to your magazine cover, and I need them to see it. So I tell them all the time, this is a live show, right? So you're gonna see all different types of things. So I'm looking at you talk, and I'm like, what happened to her beautiful magazine cover? No, I'm going to get this up here right now. And so, but thank you so much for sharing that. And so, let's talk a little bit about like your personal breakthrough. So, what was a defining moment in your life where you realized your pain actually had a purpose?
I think it was, no, I don't think I know. It was during the pandemic. At that moment, I wanted to go back and finish my master's degree, and everything was shut down, not even virtual. And that's when something came through the mail and said, well, we're having this virtual master's, not a master's, a coaching course. And I said, okay, God, we'll go that route then. And I managed to enroll in the coaching, and I got certified. And then that year after that, I wanted to continue doing my master's, but again, the universities were closed and nothing that I wanted was available until I saw something that said thanatology course. And I'm like, okay, what's that? It had to do with grief. And what brought me to that particular course was the reminder of all the people that I had lost, especially my son-in-law who died very young in 2015, and my daughter became a widow with 3 kids. And that really stood with me because while he was in palliative care, there was really no type of support. And that still lingered with me. And I said, I want to be that person that gives that support because I was there for my daughter. And I wish someone else that was going through that also had some kind of support.
Mm-hmm.
So I went into the course and I got certified as a thanatologist. And I continued with that. And I decided, okay, I'm going to stick with this. Transformational grief coach it is.
Yeah. Wow, that's absolutely amazing. And see, and I love to hear the backstory of how people got into the field and places that they're in. And that's absolutely beautiful. And it connects the passion that you have for it. And it connects why it's so purposeful. And I love that you're doing that. And so many women are watching you right now and they're commenting over here on the other side, and I can see the TT comments. And so for those women who are watching you right now, what are the signs that someone is in a season of grief but they haven't recognized it yet?
Excuse me. I What you usually will see, you're going to be a little bit depressed or you just don't want to do things. These are signs that you might be going through a season of grief. First of all, grief, you never get over grief because you lost, especially when we're talking about when we lose someone we loved. And now we're going to be loving them a different way. It's totally going to be different because you don't physically have that person with you, but you have your memories. You have things that they did with you, uh, things around the house. Maybe you still have clothes that they used to wear, and you still take that piece of clothing and you smell it just to remind you of that essence of that love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I What else? Are you doing things differently now? You might have organized a vacation, and now you might have to go on that vacation alone. But you're
Mm-hmm.
really not alone because that person is still with you. They're still, I believe that our souls are energy and they will always be around us. And just like everything else with our religion, how we see God is always with us. So that person is always with us as well. It's just in a different way.
Mhm. And I love that you said that. They're still with us. You still love them. You're just loving them in a different way. I
Yeah.
absolutely that you said that. And so, as an NLP practitioner and a coach supervisor, how do you help women rewire their mindset who may be going through emotional pain or dealing with grief?
Yeah. Excuse me. As an NLP practitioner means neuroscience linguistics practitioner. It has the simple way to put it is we're taught to do things a certain way, and our mind accepts it in a certain way. So now we're going to change it so we can, the other word is reframe. We're going to reframe how we think about things and look at things differently. A good exercise for that is when we do positioning. Positioning is we have you talk about whatever your problem is. We have you sit in another chair and see it from that other person's point of view. And then another one that's sort of like a fly on the wall, looking at everyone and seeing how everyone sees things. So, depending on your position, depending on how you see things in life.
Mhm.
So, that's how NLP helps me help my clients reframe how they see things that they go through.
Mhm.
An example is I had one person that she had a conflict with her father. So I had her sit down as if she was her father and see how he saw her. So that helpful use of reframing and seeing how things are different in other people's eyes does help you understand how you can move forward in a different way. As a coach supervisor, I help coaches. Coaches are human beings as well. So, it's just a matter of them seeing that they are human, that they are guiding other people during their sessions, but sometimes we get our own personal stuff involved in the sessions. And being mindful of that is very important.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. And that was powerful, Ada. And even when you were talking about helping individuals with the reframing. Yeah, I want you all to put in the comments, I will reframe how I view the situation. Right? That's so powerful and that's so important. Good morning, Monica. And so I want to pause right here, you all, because Ada, she's dropping some gems, and I hope that you all are picking up what she's putting down. And let me just say this, you cannot heal what you refuse to acknowledge, right? And you cannot transform what you keep avoiding. And
Yes.
so, Ada, when we talk about strength, what does it mean? Because you're in this magazine, and y'all, TT, you can't see this. You got to go over to FBIG or YT. I have Ada's beautiful magazine cover from the first ever magazine. We don't Win Women Empower magazine. And so this is the Bold Moves issue. So, Ada, what does it mean to be bold, fearless, and a powerhouse in a season when you feel broken?
Yes. That question really impacted me because we as women, we are so resilient, so determined, and we don't know how to say no. I mean, we just keep going forward. Uh, we just get up and go mindset. There's like no time to wallow in pity or in the pain, no time to stop. I see myself and I see my daughter doing the same thing. Just keep moving forward. God said, "Give me your pain and I will carry it again." I remembered to annotate some Bible verses. 1 Peter 5:7 states, "Since God cares for you, let him carry all your burdens and worries." This verse encourages believers to trust in God and care and support during difficult times. Another one, Psalms 55:22 says, "Cast your burden on the Lord, and he will sustain you. He will never let the righteous be shaken." So that really women are so wired differently. I don't know what to say. We're like we go, and as mothers, forget about it. As mothers, we really go through the wall. We'll go the 100 miles extra just for our babies or family members or friends as well. So yeah, we're resilient, we're determined, no matter how weak and tired we are, we could be in bed struggling to get up, but we'll find that strength and we'll pray on it and just get up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Just get up.
Yeah.
And on that note, I also say be kind to yourself. Take a moment, meditate, rest. You need to take care of yourself
Mm-hmm.
before you start taking care of other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And so in the beginning, when Ada first started talking, she said something. She was talking about how we have a hard time saying no. And I was like, oh, Ada stepping on my toes and my fingers. Like, put Yana if that is you, right? Put Yana if I'm not alone. Please don't leave me out there hanging, y'all. I know, ladies, I'm not the only one who have a hard time in saying no. And then what she also just said is be kind to yourself, right? And I tell people, give yourself the same grace that you give other people.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
And so that's so important. Look, and I see all the Yanas. Praise Lady said, just get up. Desi B said, Yana. God Powerhouse said, Yana. Yes. And so let's talk about the book, right? We Don't Look Like What We've Been Through, Series 2, where you are one of the co-authors, is an Amazon bestseller. We were #1 in
Yay.
multiple categories. Yes, y'all, listen, give us some love and confetti in the chat, y'all. We were #1 in the self-help category, #1 in the memoir and biography category. And so what was your chapter about? And what message did you want the readers to walk away with?
Yeah, my chapter is titled "I No Longer Ask Why, I Ask How." So it kind of goes on a line to what we were just talking about, like we never say no. Um, my chapter was about a period in my life where I recall my mother going through my father's escapades, for less words, and how she found the strength to just move on, and recalling a lot of what she did and what I went through. For instance, I don't know how she did it. I really don't remember. But my mother decided to leave my father, and she managed to move 4 kids, herself and the household, from Brooklyn, no, from the Bronx to Brooklyn. I don't remember the moving truck, but I was young, and I don't know how she did it because she wasn't working. So just financially, I don't know how she did it, but I kind of got an idea. I think she was taking money from my father's pockets just to save up for the move. And, she did what she had to do. So she left that situation. And just recalling on my own marriages that did not work out, and how I decided that that was not going to happen to me, that I was going to find strength within myself and just move on, because a lot of us, all we're looking for is for someone to love us, and what does that cost us? And I realized that I was worth loving, and I was worth a lot more than I thought I was, and it helped me move on from horrible marriage and safeguard myself and my daughter from a situation that I wanted to just leave. And the strength that I remembered my mother going through with all her stuff helped me a lot in order to see that I can do it too.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. I love that, Ada, and I appreciate you saying that you had to realize you are worth loving. And I think so many women who are here, they needed to hear that. Like if it's just that, for some of them, it's like, wait a minute. So put that in the chat. If you needed that, put it, I am worth loving. And I love how the strength of a woman is so amazing. And we never really know how strong we are until our
Yeah,
backs up are against the wall with any
wall.
situation. Yes. And then we have no choice but to rise. And so
Mm-hmm.
thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
And let's continue to help the ladies who are listening. And so for the woman, Ada, who is ready to shift, what is one mindset shift that every woman needs to make a transformation from their pain into their purpose?
Yeah. I, we think about a lot of things that we want to do, But the most important thing that we can do is take action. Just move, decide, let's go. Today is it. I'm going to move. Whether it's baby steps or a big leap, but the most important thing is to make that move. Take that action. You want to write a book and you thought about it for years, sit down and start journaling. Write about it every day, half an hour. And before you know it, you have a book that you could publish. That's one example. One example, your health. Oh, I'm hurting. I know a lot of cases that have fibromyalgia, and I understand there's a lot of flare ups, a lot of pain. Oh, what do you do with that? A lot of people just sit with it. But no, think about your body is telling you something. And just like the book, the body keeps the score, whether in grief or whatever situation that you're going through, your body's communicating with you that something's going on. So shift it, move it, change your diet, start walking for 10, 15 minutes, and you'll be surprised how your body reacts and comes back alive again. And okay, maybe you might need medication for a while, but once your body starts getting into the healthy aspect of it, you probably won't need medication anymore. You just need to shift your diet or how you see yourself, and you are beautiful no matter where what shape you are or what size you are. So keep that in mind that you need to see who you are. Look yourself in the mirror every day and not just look and run away. Sit there, look in the mirror. Who are you? I am beautiful. I am deserving. And yeah, I can do it.
Yeah. I love that. I love that. And Monica in the chat, she said, this is so good. And V Bolton said, decide and take action. And everybody write that down in your notes in the chat. I will shift and take action. And so thank you so much for sharing that. And I want to say also to all the women who are watching, your pain is not proof that you're broken. It's
Right.
the evidence that something is being built. Right. And Ada, she is the epitome of that. She's speaking to that. She's showing you that. And I love when you said, just don't look in the mirror and walk away. Like really look in the mirror and say those things. I am beautiful, no matter what. And really embody that and really sit with that and let it sink in. And so, Ada, tell us, what are you currently working on and how can people connect with you and support your work?
Yes, thank you. I'm currently working on promoting the book. The book, the books. I have two other ones as well. I have my own book. It's called Serenity After the Storm, and that's the holistic guide for grieving women. And it's not only in English, I also published it in Spanish for my Spanish speaking friends. And it's available on Amazon. All my books are available on Amazon, Ada Malave. I am currently working on creating some, not creating, they're already created, bringing out some workshops on writing about your grief. So those will be out soon. And continue writing, I guess. I never saw myself as a writer, but God has a mysterious way of opening doorways. So I guess I'm going that way, writing as often as I can and helping others and just being there. I'm available on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So you can look me up in social medias. I'm usually under my name. Yeah.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much, Ada. And yes, continue to write, continue to walk through all those doorways and go down the path that God has called you to. And that's the beautiful thing about surrendering and being obedient and just letting God go and lead you rather where he wants to take you. And so congratulations on the books. And listen, y'all, put some fire in the, no, put some books in the chat for Ada. You heard what she said. Her book is in English and in Spanish. I absolutely love that. So make sure you are connected with her. Make sure you have all of her information so that you can stay connected and you can support her work as well. And Ada, they put in the books in the comments for you. And so this has been absolutely beautiful, Ada. I thank you so much. You are amazing.
Oh,
Continue to
thank
be
you.
you're welcome. Continue to be the bold, fearless, and powerhouse woman that God has created you to be. You're phenomenal. And so listen, everybody, you're so welcome. I want y'all to write down your morning tea with Dr. T takeaway. Write this down. And if you didn't remember anything else that Ada said, I just want you to go back and listen to this replay. Listen to her story, listen to her process, look at all the amazing work that she's doing. And it reminds you that your pain had a purpose. So write that down. My pain had a purpose. Okay. I want you to write down my healing is my responsibility.
Yes.
And my story will serve others. I know a lot of you, if not all of you, were edified, you were healed, you were set free, you were released just by hearing just a snippet, just a piece of Ada's story this morning. And so my pain had a purpose, my healing is my responsibility, and my story will serve others. And so if you're listening, whether you're live or you come back and you watch the replay, if this conversation has blessed you, if it has shifted you, if it has spoken to you directly, I want you to type WIN, WIN in all caps in the comments, and make sure you share this with all the women who you know need to hear this. All right. And I see, they're writing, Monica said, my story will serve others. B. Bolton said, my healing, and it's going too fast, is my responsibility. And they're typing wins all up and through the chat. And so this has been amazing. As always, I want to invite you to stay connected or get connected with me and my global women's community, Win Women Empower, where our mission statement is empowering women to soar, scale, and succeed, empowering women to be seen, to be heard, and to be transformed. And as I always tell you all, you can go to my website, tiffanyharris.net/Win Women Empower. You will see more information about us, and you can click the link there to become one of our founding members. So you can go ahead and do that. Also, you see Ada's beautiful cover hair, like she's the cover girl of her magazine. And if you want to be in the next issue, which is the summer edition coming out, you have until June 15th to submit your application. You can apply to be featured, and we can hear all about the amazing work that you are doing. And so I want to thank Ada again for being here. Thank all of you for being here. And I'm going to go ahead and pray us out. And so, Father God, we just thank you for your presence. We thank you for episode 39 of Morning Tea with Dr. T and the presence of my special guest, Ada Malave. Thank you so much for everything that you gave her to share. Thank you for her pouring out to your people. Thank you for her reminding the audience of the process of healing, the purpose of healing, and what it looks like, what their life can look like, what is possible, what is waiting for them, what's in store for them on the other side of their healing, God. And so, God, I just ask you that you continue to bless Ada, bless her ministry, bless her as a writer, continue to bring people in her direction who she is going to serve in her role as not as a writer, as a coach, as a speaker, as an NLP practitioner, God. So I thank you for pouring back into her everything that she's poured out to all the women on today. Lord, I just thank you that no woman who has been here today will walk away the same. They will be renewed. They will be restored. They will be able to hit that reset button and walk into their calling, walk into their assignment. They're going to shift and they're going to take action. They're going to get in the mirror, like Ada said, and speak over to themselves, and not just speak and run and walk away, but really embody it, really believe it, really stand on it, God. And so I thank you for everything that is happening, everything that is going to happen, God. And I ask that you cover all of these women in your precious blood. Dispatch all of your angels to go with them as they go in their various directions, God. And we just thank you that we can always cast our cares upon you, God. And I seal this prayer in your name, Jesus. Amen, amen, and amen.
Amen.
Amen. All right, everybody. That concludes episode 39 of Morning Tea with Dr. T. Make sure you are following me on all platforms, and you come back tomorrow and bring every woman who you know with you at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And some of you may be saying, well, wait a minute, Dr. T, it's Saturday. You're going to be up there on Saturday? I told y'all before, every day is every day. Yes, I'm here every day at 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have an amazing day, everybody. Take care.